What's up, guys? Toast again. Welcome back to Fishyaker. The other day, I showed you these and why this, the Elastec Finesse TRD from Z-Man, why this is the gold standard for soft plastics for Ned rigs. Well, I have a challenger. So, you can go to your local sporting goods store, big box store, fishing tackle shop, and pick up a pack of the Z-Man's Finesse TRDs for between $3 and $5. Alright? And again, we talked last time about why these are kind of the gold standard. Well, the big thing is because they float. So if you're putting a, jig head, whether it's a ball jig head or especially the Ned rig style jig heads, which are actually a mushroom jig head on it, it actually kind of bounces on the bottom. You can jig it vertically because it floats. And of course, this stuff's almost indestructible, right? So it just got some crazy stretch to it, right? But it's a very unique proprietary soft plastic, recipe that they use, I guess. But yeah, that's what they call Elastec. So I was wondering what other manufacturers were like. Again, they've got kind of the market kind of cornered with that Elastec stuff. And when I've been going out to like Walmart and some other big box stores, I've seen these. It's a Matzuo version, and these are actually pre-rigged. And they've got them in this here, which is 1/8 ounce, and they've got them in some 1/16 ounce. And then they've got them in some that are weedless and some that are non-weedless, right? So this one here is 1/8 of an ounce. There's 5 of them in it. You could have gotten, again, this was like, again, roughly the same price as a pack of the with the unrigged TRDs. This was right around, anywhere from $3 to $4 roughly, but you get, in this one here, 5. You get 5 pre-rigged with the jig heads on it, the mushroom jig heads that are not weedless, but if you choose the weedless version, you're going to get, I think, 4. So roughly about the same. And I think if it's a smaller version, I think if you go to the 1/16, you might get an extra one in it too. But here's a look at this package here. It's Matzuo. So again, it's a 1/8 ounce. They're pre-rigged. The package here has 5 in it. On the back, of course, it mentions it's pre-rigged, easy to fish, works everywhere. These actually don't say who the actual manufacturer of the soft plastic is on it. If you guys know, post down below in the comments. But let's take a look at these, and then we're actually going to take it and compare it. I actually use these jig heads to make it kind of fair on one of these, and we're going to test them over in the tank. But taking a look at it, and keep in mind again, if you've got your Elastec soft plastics, make sure you don't store them next to any other brand soft plastics because it'll melt. It'll get kind of nasty, right? So here you go. In here, pretty well packaged. So there's 5 of them. About the same length as the Z-Man. Skinnier tail profile, though. They are ribbed. Fairly similar to the Z-Man, but it's definitely not Elastec. You can see there it's a standard soft plastic. It's got fleck in it. The jig head's kind of cool. So it's a mushroom jig head, but it's actually ribbed. The jig head's ribbed just like the profile. The body of it there is decent hook. The eyes also are actually pretty open. They're not painted closed. That's cool. But let's take a look on here and see what the jig head looks like. So there's your soft plastic. There's your jig head. It's got a black hook. It's got the little keeper on it. And again, it's kind of ribbed there with a flat head. And the eyelet is actually open. Soft plastic again. It's just out of soft plastic. I don't know if you like it or not, but again, it's basically tapered up towards the tip of the tail, as opposed to the Z-Mans are a little bit more Cinco, I guess you'd say, shaped. It doesn't have that as much of a taper to the tail. That might actually help. This might give it a little more play in it. Hard to say. But again, your Elastec is just has super action to it anyway. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to take this jig head. I'm going to play with it in the tank with these Matzuo pre-rigged soft plastics. And then I'm going to use the same jig head here on the TRD and see what the difference in the action is. So there you have it. The original Finesse TRD from Z-Man, Elastec, with one of these Matzuo Ned Rig mushroom jig heads and a pre-rigged Matzuo Ned Rig. So honestly, the results are a little bit surprising to me. You have the Z-Man soft plastic. Again, this is the gold standard. And this is basically what it looks like, kind of like a generic soft plastic Ned Rig on a Matzuo jig head. And again, we use the same jig heads on each of these. Profiles are a little different, about the same size. Again, the Matzuo is a more tapered format profile than the Z-Man. But the Z-Man stuff's supposed to float. And this, again, is a standard feeling soft plastic. And this has more buoyancy than what we consider the gold standard. So when you're actually jigging these Matzuo pre-rigged Ned rigs actually had a more vertical profile than the Z-Man. I wouldn't have thunk that. But anyway, either one's going to work. If you're looking for something really durable, don't forget you got that Elastec. This one's going to last you forever, right? This stuff sometimes is harder to keep on a jig head than a standard soft plastic, but this will last you pretty well. So if you're just going out and you want to pick up a pack of jig heads, some of these Ned Rig jig heads, pick up a pack of these pre-rigged ones, right? Because even if you tear up the soft plastics on it, you'll still have the jig head. And if you have a pack of the Z-Mans, you can always put them on the jig heads. But I'd honestly have to say the win goes to the Matzuo on this one. I like that fatter, chunkier profile on this, and I like the durability, but the underwater action, I gotta go with the Matzuo. Alright guys, if you haven't yet, be sure to share this video on all your social media outlets. Give us that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the Fishyaker YouTube channel, and we'll catch you on the water.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.